Dr. David Lloyd is here. We haven't spoken for a very long time, Dr. David. A very good morning to you. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. We've been working on a little kind of, project here, which is kind of an accidental project, if you like, because we keep hearing from people on how much difficulty they're having with various things to do with the NHS. And when I keep hearing the government saying, oh, we're reducing the waiting lists, they're going down, they've gone down for every month for the last 6 months, I'm getting a slightly different story. I'm getting people saying to me, we're being told we've got a procedure coming up, and then sometimes in the same day or the next day we get a cancellation and we get sort of moved onto a different list. And a lot of people are finding that to be the case, and it seems to be a kind of a general problem. Are you aware of anything like that?
I think that's a very valid point, in that there seem to be an awful lot of steps that people go through nowadays before they go from me in the general GP surgery to the operating table, and I think it seems bewildering sometimes. But I think in general, I think the technology that the NHS is starting to use, the NHS app, is making lives easier for people. I'm an old man now, and so I'm in the system myself, and it is extraordinary that to have your blood results ping onto your phone before your doctor actually sees them himself or herself. And it is very useful to have all your appointments in one system. And yesterday's announcement that many more people are being seen and that the NHS app is helping that seems to say that we are on the right track. But that doesn't mean to say that there isn't a murmuring amongst my patients about the extraordinary systems.
Because, I mean, again, I speak only anecdotally, and it may well be that we've just got a cohort of people that listen to this show who have had bad experiences. But, not all of them have, but most of them have. And they struggle still quite often to get anything done quickly. We've had people saying, oh, we're waiting for this operation. They've told me I'm going to have it, but it's going to be 87 weeks from now, and this kind of thing. So the delay factor still seems to be a problem.
Yes, that's right. There are some parts of the NHS where waiting lists seem staggeringly long. Since COVID, of course, there's been this huge increase in consultations with me from adults saying, have I got ADHD, for instance, which is a condition. And so an awful lot of people now are requesting ADHD consultations and follow up by specialists.
Those
waiting lists are years long.
Yeah, and just as a point of information, really, because you're right, a lot of people are claiming that they think they suffer from things like ADHD and anxiety. I mean, what's the diagnosis for ADHD and or anxiety? If you're a doctor and somebody comes to you and says, I feel anxious, I need some time off work or something like that, how do you gauge that as a medical professional?
Golly, are you here for the rest of the day? It's a very, very difficult minefield. It's not an easy one to steer through. Basic depression and anxiety I've been dealing with for 40 years. I think I can do that one. But ADHD is a different kettle of fish, and there are very strict criteria that I follow to filter out the people that might have it.
Right.
I know that sounds awful, but it is a questionnaire which asks a number of questions, and if they score positive on that, then the next step is a formal assessment by a psychiatrist.
Right.
So it's a very difficult area, a very, very difficult area indeed.
Right.
And a lot of people, I think, do feel that the world they're in nowadays is moving too fast for them, and it's acting on the way they feel, the way they think, and making it very difficult for them.
Yeah, I wish we had longer to talk about it, because I think it's fascinating. But maybe we'll have to have a special session when you have the time. Dr. David Lloyd, thank you very much indeed. GP at the Ridgeway Surgery in Harrow.